Well, back home in Washington, former CDC Director Susan Monarez is set to go before a Senate committee hearing later this morning. So Monarez was abruptly fired, you might remember this, it was by the Trump administration just last month after just a couple weeks on the job after she refused to resign under pressure.
She is expected to testify that Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. pressured her to endorse new vaccine recommendations before seeing scientific evidence. Today's hearing kicks off a high-stakes week for the nation's top health agency.
NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Melanie Zanona joins us with a preview. Mel, good morning. So I want to read something that her lawyers had said. Susan's lawyers had said that she refused to, quote, rubber stamp unscientific, reckless directives and fire dedicated health experts. What can we expect to hear from Monarez today, as well as her former chief medical officer?
Good morning, guys. This is going to be a blockbuster hearing. This is the first time that Monarez is going to testify publicly since she was fired. And she did outline in a Wall Street Journal op-ed the circumstances surrounding her firing. But RFK Jr., in his own public hearing, pushed back on some of those details. So we're going to expect her to fill in some of the blanks here and provide more details about just why she was fired. And one of the things that she had said was that she was asked to fire longstanding health officials, which she felt uncomfortable doing and didn't think there was any justification for doing. And then, of course, as you mentioned, she says she was pressured to pre-approving recommendations about vaccines before even seeing the scientific evidence. So I expect, in addition to that, her and her chief medical officer, former chief medical officer, will probably provide a broader look at just the type of pressure they were under to pursue directives and potentially, in some cases, go against the science and go against what they were comfortable with. So this is a huge moment that has a lot of stakes for public health, but also politically, because we're going to be watching out very closely to see whether Republicans still have confidence in RFK Jr., the health secretary, after this hearing.
Mel, it's also an important week for the CDC. That's because the agency's advisory committee on immunization practices is set to meet beginning Thursday, tomorrow, to review and vote on several key vaccines. That includes COVID and measles. There's a lot at stake here when it comes to access to vaccines, insurance. What should we know about this?
That's right. This hearing is set to approve potentially some new recommendations regarding a slew of vaccines from COVID to hepatitis B. And what's important to note here is that RFK Jr., after he took the job, he fired every single person on that board and replaced them with hand-picked allies. And so the concern is that they're going to approve new recommendations that could negatively impact things like the availability of the vaccines, the insurance companies' willingness to cover them. That is the huge concern. And when RFK Jr. was initially going through his confirmation promise, he promised he would leave that board alone. He did not keep that promise. That's another reason why we're wondering whether Republicans are still going to be backing the secretary after today.
We thank you for watching. And remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.